Watch out, this podcast may contain adult content. We're brought to you today by Altered Reality Entertainment, the creators of Empire State Comic-Con. Check it out at escomiccon.com. And now, on to the show. Hello and welcome to On the Case, an investigative television Game of Thrones podcast where we talk about all the people who are living and breathing ahead of the final season of Game of Thrones. I'm here with Casey. My name's Eli. Who are we talking about today, Case?
Today's episode is about Sansa Stark.
Sansa.
The Wardeness.
The Wardeness? Oh my gosh.
Well, kind of. More like the lady.
The Lady Stark.
Yeah.
One of the biggest, character arcs, transformations of the show, because I would argue she was pretty whack in season 1.
Oh, through season 3 almost, yeah.
Just with her constant complaining and wailing. And I know terrible things were happening to her, but
of course.
She had a rough life. I get it.
It took a long time to get her strength.
Yeah, she's like, oh, but Lady didn't do anything.
Who's gonna save me tomorrow?
I want lemon cakes, and I'm gonna marry the king.
Yeah, after they killed her dog and did that to Arya, and she still wanted to have his babies and shit. I was like, bitch.
You know, interesting thing, because I feel like Sophie Turner, right?
Yeah.
I feel like Sophie Turner starts off the show, and of course actors grow over time. And not saying she was a bad actress, but when she starts the show, and there's always a thing I think kind of with kid actors, it's just she was almost overly British in the role, to which her accent didn't match with the rest of the other northern people, because I don't really feel like
I think it played
Arya
her
had
character,
it.
though.
Do you? But I just couldn't
She was
picture
trying
her,
to be a lady so much that she's
that she was playing it up. Yeah, but it's just
perfumey about everything.
Yeah, but I get Catelyn didn't talk like that, and no one else from the North talked
her
like that.
acting is good.
It's good now.
When she
good now.
gets shown her dad's head in that scene, and she's like, or maybe he'll bring me yours.
Oh yeah,
I love that moment.
When
that
she
was the first moment where I was like, ooh, the girl's got some fire.
When she's thinking about pushing Joffrey over the battlements.
She's looking down.
You seeing it on her face. Yeah, that is
good.
Look. No, but for real though, because there's a lot of time that passes between when they shot the pilot and when they go into the rest of the season.
Well, they famously had to shoot the pilot twice.
Yeah,
too.
twice. No, but I think even after the second pilot, there's a year gap between when they shot the pilot and the season.
Well, it's a big show to pitch.
Yeah,
there's a big budget.
But she definitely grew in that time. By the end of season 1, I do think she's better. But by now, she's incredible. She's a great actress.
One of the best in the show.
Yeah, she's dope.
Absolutely.
She's fantastic.
I would love to see. And I don't know if we ever will, but I would love to see a scene with her going toe-to-toe with Cersei now that she's not the kid.
Oh, not the little... Oh, please put those two in a room together.
Because,
please.
So much cat and mouse. Cersei just playing with her like a dead mouse, like a cat just torturing her all the time.
Put them in a room together. Oh. If you don't, I'm mad.
I would love it. Because
mad.
I wanted to see that with Cersei and Daenerys, but they're more equal.
Yeah.
And then but to have this, underling now become the younger, more beautiful queen.
Oh yeah, look, if we don't get one session of Sansa getting to talk some mad shit to Cersei, I feel like the show has failed us.
I would love that.
We need one more shit sesh.
She needs it. I think she needs it to
move on to be complete.
Yeah, exactly.
To finish. Yeah,
to see the end to the horrible atrocities that happened to her family.
Okay, so we kind of been jumping around for the overview.
Sure.
But
she's been all over the place.
It's Sansa. Everyone. She's been one of the main people we've tracked.
Yeah.
People this is not someone that I feel like we have to refresh people on too much because everyone knows Sansa.
No, but I mean, like you said, she's also had this incredible arc of growth. I feel like she's had a McDonald's arc of growth because you thought she was gonna be all awesome and be with Littlefinger and do stuff in the Vale, and she gets this makeover, and then she goes right back into a victim standpoint, and you think, well, now she's right back where she was season 2 or season 1, you know, and but she finds a way this time on her own, well, with a little help from Theon and a little help from Brienne, but to crawl her way out of it, and so she's not the same person she was, and you get to see a lot of growth from her, and when she meets with Jon and he's afraid to go fight again. He just came back to life and he's like, I'm tired of fighting.
She's there to kick him into gear.
She's like, look, I'm going to do this with or without you, but it'd be great if you came along.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm going to get these northern houses. We're going to take our land back. Fuck these people. She's ready to fight for what's hers. And for someone that's never held a sword in the entire series, she's a fighter.
You know that we're gonna go right into top moments then, because you just said one of them right there when she kicks John's ass, like they're having the conversation about the drinking, or like when they first see each other again, and it's so weird because like we never really in the show get to think or contemplate John and Sansa's relationship because they're almost entirely separate from each other the whole time.
In the books, it's pretty clear that she kind of takes Catelyn's side, and she's kind of like, oh fuck him, he's a bastard.
But like there's just like so much like raw like chemistry and love there. It was funny. It's like I almost thought I was just like not that this ever happened in the show, but I was like, it's so funny to me how much more chemistry I felt like Kit Harington had with Sophie versus like him with anyone else that he's been with in the show.
Besides Rose
like
Leslie,
even Amelia.
Yeah, his wife now.
Yeah, I know, but no, yeah, just for me, I was just like, oh my gosh, they should be a couple. Like,
no, John says a thing on the internet. It's a weird thing because they're kind of like, even if he's not her brother, he's her cousin.
Yeah, no, but I like just in my head, I was just like, oh, I could picture you two together making baby.
Yeah,
all right.
I could see him standing on a box and putting a cloak of protection over.
Shots fired.
Sure.
Okay, so top moments, and she has actually a lot of them, and we're gonna of course get into the worst too. But for me, I love her last moment from the final season. Her and Arya reminiscing about their dad. No one remembers him saying the words in the wind together. Yeah. Like that really touched me. Like that. Like I really loved that moment.
The lone wolf dies, but the pack survives.
survives. Just so those two. Just
she has a lot of emotionally amazing moments because she's not part of battles or like moments like that. But the only thing that I can kind of think of that's a battle that she wins, it's my favorite moment of her, is when she savagely lets the dogs rip Ramsay apart. And she does not look away. She enjoys it until it's time to walk away, and then she walks away when it's done. But I just love that. I love that she says to him that his house and their banners and everything, every piece of their existence will be washed away from history. And history is written by the victors, so she's right. Like in 1,000 years, 100 years, people won't be known about the Boltons, and if they do, they'll know about the Boltons the way they know about the Reigns of Castamere.
Yeah.
Fuck him. And
dude,
I love that.
I wonder who gets the Dreadfort. Like who's
I think cool? I was thinking Tormund could get it. That'd be really cool.
Were you?
Yeah. Huh. I don't know. If I was John, I'd give him.
You give him a castle.
Yeah, loyalty is a hard thing to come by, and the northern people, or you can give them the fucking Umbers. You can, I mean, they give them back to the Umbers, I guess, but the Umbers are probably gonna get wiped out by the White Walkers. So okay. I think some of the wildlings will get houses.
Yeah. So I've got another top moment. It's not like a big thing, or it's more the thing like in the universe of the world. Like if you and me are just two guys in the world, like this is like, oh, that's like Sansa coming in the clutch when she's like, yo, shouldn't those guys be putting leather on that armor? Because like that's a big deal. If they had made all that armor and not had it like weatherproofed,
ready for
that could have been a big. Like it could have set them back. They could have not had enough armor for their troops. It could have been a real effort.
Yeah, and if memory serves, she was talking to Waymar Royce at the time.
A homie who should know that.
Yeah, and like that dude's like a seasoned battle commander older than her dad. Like they grew up together.
Yeah. Dude's like, oh wait, snap, you right.
Nice. Yeah, spend much time in
good call, chief. Cool.
Like, and that's when they're like kind of questioning her, and Littlefinger's like just gives this like knowing smile. I mean, obviously when she and Arya kill Littlefinger, that's a huge win too. It's the biggest win and the most full circle.
Yeah, if we're gonna say like what's her best moment, it has to be how do you plead. Yeah.
I like the little moments with Sansa too. Like one of my favorite moments when I was rewatching most recently was when Joffrey at his wedding is being horrible to Tyrion, and he pours the wine out, and then he says, "Get me a cup," and then he drops the cup, and then he kicks the cup under the table, and like Tyrion's just being mercilessly tortured, and she just reaches down and grabs the cup and hands it to him so he doesn't have to crawl under and look like a dwarf and look like embarrassed in front of everybody. That's a really sweet moment because like she's in a marriage that she didn't ask for, but she slowly starts to see who Tyrion really is and kind of like warm up to him as a friend, not as a love interest really, but like I don't know, I really liked that, and that was a good moment for her because it was also like her slightly betraying the king in public and helping, and just I don't know, it made me like her more. And because like you said, her character's kind of a little bit hard to deal with for a while,
pretentious for a little, she's
so opposite
snooty.
of Arya,
because she's very clearly royalty trying to become more renowned, or
I don't know. But I just like those little moments.
And it's not her fault either. The show sets us up to love Arya and to be like, ugh, Sansa.
Yeah, she's like
the show sets us up for that. So it's not Sophie's fault. It's not.
No.
But I mean, we couldn't have had how much we appreciate her now without that before. And
she has that grit now.
Yeah, so this is kind of, for me, it's like a top moment because I like the line delivery and the acting, but then also like it's a worse moment because ultimately what it leads to when she meets Brienne at the end. Is it at the end of the crossroads or is it a different end?
It's the end of the crossroads.
Okay, yeah. So when she bumps into Brienne and Littlefinger's there with, you know, trying to set up the veil stuff.
Yeah.
And I just like that interaction between her and Brienne. Like I don't know. I just think it's good.
Yeah, I really like a lot of moments with Sansa. Honestly,
her setting Theon back on the good trajectory kind of thing. Not too bad. Not terrible.
Yeah, I think she's like become a really confident leader because she's seen how the worst people play, and she's trying to use their tactics, but in an effort for good. Yeah. And it's interesting to see that, you know, because I think she's a lot less naive than someone like Jon, because Jon still doesn't want to do the wrong thing like his dad or his supposed dad. Even though it got him fucking literally killed.
Murdered.
And, like, she's
Straight
seen how to play it.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I get it. I could play the game like Littlefinger, but instead of just playing it for myself, play it for the betterment of the people. And how much good could I do with those sort of, you know, capabilities. It's interesting.
I like her Hound moment in Blackwater. That's a good one.
She has a few with the Hound.
Yeah.
The Hound has looked over both of the
Stark
Stark
when he
daughters.
saves her in the streets with
Yeah, when she's almost raped and stuff, and then he offers to take her home to Winterfell, and then she's like, "You're not going to hurt me." And he's like, "No, I'm not going to hurt you, little bird." Like,
I want him to see her.
The Hound is so good. Oh, he will. He's going to see both of them. That's another great reunion coming up.
Yeah. Oh, that's so crazy how much of a protector / like homie he's been to the Stark girls. Yeah. So unlikely.
And
that's
no one
such a
asked
cool
him
part.
to.
Yeah, that's such a cool part of the story. That
he acts like he wanted money and shit.
Begrudgingly became a homie to the Stark girls.
Yeah.
Well,
he had to be there and watch what they suffered through.
Bro, I need the Hound to give them away at their weddings. They're both getting married, and I need the Hound to walk them down the aisle.
That'd be cool. It'd probably be Jon.
All right, so I know. Yeah, you're right, but still.
Or Professor X.
Okay, so I almost kind of want to skip her worst moments because she's been through enough. But do you have any that you want to?
We could just say really quick. The wedding night, obviously.
That sucks. That sucks.
When she tries to get away and Brienne's not there because she's killing Stannis, and
Candle, Theon betraying her.
Yeah, probably.
Just
seeing her,
all the Joffrey stuff, getting beat by Meryn, like just
hearing
all,
about the Red Wedding, starving. She has plenty of bad moments.
It's just bad. We don't need to.
Yeah, we don't. But she's come a long way. You
can't. From an acting standpoint, but lady, no, she's good. Why? Yeah,
that was rough.
That's a rough scene for me.
But I mean, like, she's also a kid.
Yeah.
Like, how would a kid talk?
Yeah.
It makes sense. She's supposed to be like 12 or something.
You're right.
There's not a whole lot of eloquent 12-year-olds I know.
Fine. I still love her and the character and all of it. Actually, top moment, I don't know if you know this, but the Jonas Brothers just had a comeback song, and she's in the YouTube video. It's them and all their husbands. Look, it's all of them and their wives, but basically, look, Casey. I know you're sighing.
She's
look,
better than
the
Taylor
Jonas
Swift's
Brothers. The Jonas Brothers are all back, and they've all got laid now. Remember that big thing was that they were all virgins, and now they're all married because Sophie's in the video and she's a queen, man. She's sitting in the bathtub with champagne and she's drinking it and spitting it back into it with lollipops. She's incredible.
Sophie,
incredible.
This is from the heart. You belong with me.
And not Joe Jonas.
You don't need Taylor Swift's sloppy seconds.
No, Joe Jonas is the way hotter Jonas.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
God damn.
Get out of here, Nick Jonas. Get out of here.
Welcome to Jumanji 3.
Welcome to On the Jonas and All Jonas Brothers podcast. Jonas.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Sophie Turner's great.
Yeah,
Sansa's great.
Yeah, she's great. All right, happy endings.
Happy endings. I would like to see her either be her own woman or marry someone of her own volition. Like, she chooses to marry them. The people I think would be a good match would be someone like Pod, or maybe you like Gendry for her.
Yes.
I actually, you know what's really weird is I really like the idea of her and Tyrion ending up together in a consensual, happy relationship. She's not a child anymore. He was good to her. She stood up for him. She's going to stand up for him again because he's about to go into the North with them for the first time since the first season. And people, if they don't like Targaryens, they really don't like Lannisters in the North. She's going to have to vouch for him.
I really am hype about, like... Tyrion walking into a room and seeing Sansa and be like, "Oh hey," like, "Hey wife, hello."
Let's consummate this
It's
fucking thing. That's what I'd be doing.
I've been on the road a long time.
Get me my step stool, bud.
I need
Let's go.
I need. Damn it.
Like, I'm not saying that like she deserves to be with someone that she's not attracted to, but I think in a way she could be attracted to him.
Yeah.
And with all she's been through, a gentle lover who's also quick-witted and kind would not be the worst person to be with at all.
What you're doing is you're inspiring my sad ending for Sansa, which is Cersei, of course, wins the Game of Thrones, and Jaime has died, so she's in an effort to keep as many Lannisters living as possible. But she captures Sansa and Tyrion, and she keeps them locked up in King's Landing and forces them to like babysit her kid when she needs to go Cersei about.
Forces them to produce more Lannisters.
Oh no, yeah, and exactly that's the nightmare. That she forces Sansa and Tyrion to be married to each other in King's Landing.
So she becomes a Lannister baby factory in a cell somewhere.
Yes.
That would be pretty horrible. I think my worst ending for her would be to like if she like had to watch her family die.
Yeah, I really don't think we're gonna have any more Stark deaths. Like in my like.
If we do, it might be
Bran.
It might be Bran, but it might be that like Bran can't live without the power anymore.
Let's do the power rankings then of most likely Stark to die. So I would put.
Are we counting Jon as a Stark?
Yeah, he's part of the family. So the 5 of them. Wait, is it 5? Yeah.
4.
Wait, math. I'm bad at math.
Arya, Sansa, Bran, Jon.
Yes. 4. All right. I put Bran at the top of the rankings, using his power
of death.
Yeah, using his power to die.
Okay.
I put Sansa next likely.
Yeah.
Arya, the lesser likely, and then Jon, the least likely.
Yeah.
That's what I
might toggle Arya and Jon just because I think Arya's the least likely, being that she's the writer's wife's favorite. Like she's
That's a BS reason.
It is, but it isn't.
I don't be reading them articles, fam.
It's logical.
I don't know. And also, I would also consider Jon like one of the least likely because he's already died and come back.
Yeah.
So the only way him dying after that would make sense is if he lived to serve one great purpose and he died because of serving that purpose.
Gotcha. Okay, so happy ending that I was thinking for Sansa is that she just because we both kind of said we've joked about this a lot. Either it would be great if she just got to be with Podrick, the sex king of all the 7 kingdoms.
Sure.
And she just got that good all the time.
Also, he's a good guy.
Yeah, she just gets to have him wait on her hand and foot.
The only thing is he's a little bit dim for her.
You think?
I
think that would work for her.
He's loyal but simple.
I mean, that works for Cersei.
If
she's
wants,
smart, Jaime's a dum-dum.
I think Sansa likes being around smart people.
Okay.
I think she enjoys Littlefinger's company because even though he's nefarious, he's
challenges.
Smart. Yeah, and I
so
think someone like
Varys.
Tyrion
She's
would
gonna
be
marry
great.
Varys. Okay, so in my head, I would like her to end up with either Pod or Gendry. I would lean Gendry. Gendry's the king of the 7 kingdoms at the end.
He has history with
Sansa,
Arya. It doesn't make sense.
But so I don't care.
There would just be more jealousy between the sisters.
Exactly.
That's stupid. That's a bad way to
People
end it.
can't change.
I don't like that change.
Okay. Well, all I'm saying.
Imagine if she's with Tyrion and either they live in the North or the Westerlands. Like, they would be rulers of basically both.
The Lady of House
Lannister.
Stark. Terrible. No,
it could work.
If I had to put my money on it, I would like my voting with my head. It's she ends up with Pod. Voting with my heart, it's Gendry.
Sure. Well, then if I'm going with my heart, it'd be Tyrion. Going with my head, it would be nobody. She would be her own woman at the end. Because I like that. I like that she's looking for a savior her whole life. She's looking for a husband or a suitor. She wants Loras. She wants Joffrey. She wants all the wrong people. So maybe she doesn't need anyone. Maybe all she needs is herself and her family. I like that.
I like it too. Will she live or die?
Live.
We are in agreement. She's going to live.
Yeah. I think she might come close to death.
Yeah.
And maybe she gets hurt or something, but I don't
lose a limb. Maybe get disfigured and not be so beautiful.
Nah, they won't do that to her.
Burn her face. With
you know what would be also an interesting thing? If she ends up with the Hound. Because I mean the age thing's weird, but
I guess not in medieval times it's weird, but for me it's weird.
But it'd be interesting because the people she always liked were these beautiful men.
Oh yeah, like Loras.
And so if she could truly love someone that wasn't beautiful, I think that's part of why I like her with Tyrion. Is that she throws that girlish shit aside. She becomes a woman, thinks with her brain, and thinks who's the best person for me to be with because they challenge me intellectually, they treat me well, and they're fun. And she would never have more fun with anyone more than Tyrion.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
yeah, Tyrion's where
We will see who is right.
Okay.
Do you have any more theories about Sansa?
I don't. I think she might become the wardeness of
The North?
of the North.
Okay, if you were going to
Jon
say...
becomes Targaryen ruler, then it makes sense for her to rule the North.
Okay, so is that where you think she'll end up as the ruler of the North?
Makes the most sense.
Okay, but yeah, I'd bet on that.
I'd move very little pieces to make that happen.
I'd say, like, in my head, 75% of her being the warden of the North, or the person in power in Winterfell.
She's also the one that would further the Stark line.
Yeah, but I really like the idea of her getting to be the queen, because that was the thing that she wanted to do.
She's shown that she's good
and
at it.
I really like the idea of a Baratheon being on the throne at the end, and Daenerys just being like, yeah, I don't need this. I'm going back to Essos to finish modernizing that country and not having slavery over there. So I'm into it. I want Gendry on the throne. I want Sansa to be his queen.
I don't want
I know there's problems.
I don't want a Baratheon on the throne anymore.
Baratheons are dope. Get out of here.
They're second tier kings at best. We need a Targaryen on the crown, or we need no one.
Chump sauce. You hurt my feels.
Well, Jon's the perfect person. He's Stark and Targaryen. He's the Song of Ice and Fire.
You're right. I know. That brings us to the end of another episode of On the Case, Game of Thrones with Casey and Eli. Casey's right about stuff all the time. As always, we're brought to you by Altered Reality Entertainment. They are the creators of Empire State Comic Con. Check it out at escomiccon.com. Who are we talking about next time, Casey?
Next time, because Elijah is obsessed with giving this animal his own episode, we're doing ghosts.
Yeah!
Arguably the best animal on the show.
Yeah.
But
it's
going to be a short episode.
Next time we're doing the episode Casey doesn't want to do.
I
and
love
tried
Ghost.
to get not.
I have
to
a
be
Funko
done.
Pop of Ghost in my house that I look at proudly, but
that's big talk for
it's gonna be hard to talk about his motivations. He's a fucking wolf. Okay.
You don't know. I've been reading into it. I connect with girls' dogs on an emotional level, homie. That's how I get them Tinder dates.
I guess. I like animals too.
We'll see you next time.